every live. The wisdom she holds is like no other, bringing together every sister and brother. She extends peace and love through Collab Grow, her weekly connection, so now you know. Join the tribe on the live, she got something to say, bringing healing the body each and every day. She's got something special, yeah, the queen is the vibe, dropping wisdom in the group on every live. Queen Alchemy is gifted, yeah, she'll fight for you when she feels compelled to stand up for the truth. She's strong in her stance with poise and grace, giving back to her community in every way. Queen Alchemy, now you know her name. One moment in a tribe, no, you won't be the same. Sharing wisdom, she's the queen, dropping knowledge on everything. Join Queen Alchemy, she's the vibe, sending peace and love on every live. With the knowledge and the tribe, hail to the queen, Queen's Alchemy.
Peace and love, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we getting ready for another Collab and Grow. Everybody that's in the chat, why don't you drop "Are you locked in" for me? And we're gonna go ahead and get started. Peace and love to everyone in the chat. We're gonna go ahead and get started. You know, I have a special guest, and we're gonna talk about her in just a moment. But we're going to make sure that you know the rules because I go through this every time, but we just want to make sure, right? So peace and love to my beautiful people. Welcome to the Collab and Grow with the Queen. I'm so excited to have you all here for the special live interview. We're diving into 22 questions, interview style. And first things first, I want to give a big welcome to my guest, Life with T. I'm so glad you joined me here today, sis. Tell me how you feeling.
I am so glad to be here. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's been a great day and I've been really excited for this. So I'm ready.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Perfect. So, of course, I want to shout out everyone watching. Thank you so much for joining the live. If you have never been here before, I want to welcome you, and I'm glad that you're here today. In this space, we connect, grow, and have real conversations with amazing creators. If you are a content creator, what I'm going to tell you you can do, we're going to collab and grow in the chat. So make sure you drop an AQN in the chat. That way you can connect with others and others can connect with you. And then we're going to keep building our community together. Are you locked in? If you locked in, drop "Are you locked in?" hashtag "Are you locked in" the chat. And we're getting ready to go ahead and get started with our first question. You ready, sis?
I'm ready.
All right. And also make sure if you haven't tapped the like button, make sure you double tap that like button. And we're going to go ahead and get going. All right, so first things first here. We're going to talk a little bit about YouTube first, okay? So I know that you are a content creator here on YouTube. You have quite a few subscribers. How long have you been on YouTube?
June of last year is when I started YouTube. So I'm coming up on my 1 year mark.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Oh gosh. And how many subscribers do you have at this time?
Roughly 2,300 subscribers. But the crazy thing about it is a lot of them are silent subscribers. Why do silent subscribers subscribe? They don't engage. Like, I don't know what's up with that.
You've been here a little longer than me. Maybe you could answer that question.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, but some people are always in the bushes. You know, some people are watching, but they're watching from the bushes. I mean, because you got to realize the kind of comments that you get and then the views, they don't usually match up either, right? So you might get 25 comments, but it might say you have 110 views or however. So they don't really match up, but that doesn't mean people not watching. They just not engaging, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
I don't. Matter of fact, I decided I'm not gonna get hung up on the numbers of how many people watching, how many people commenting. I'm just gonna keep putting it out there because somebody's gonna come and see what I got going on. Because your vibe attracts your tribe, and so I'm gonna tell you that that's what attracted me to you because you had information that made me want to engage with you. Because I was like, okay, this sister got a little bit. Something going on over here. And you got to have something going on because you got 2,300 subscribers. People don't just subscribe to nothing, right? And you must be
Yeah.
consistent in what you're talking about, because usually I can't find something that's not usually around your niche, which is finance. You deal
Yeah.
with finances, right? Before we
Yeah.
get there though, what you doing on your channel, what brought you to YouTube to begin with?
I'll be honest with you. When I first started YouTube, I was not going to do finance content. I was actually going to do more outdoor content. But then I realized that in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to be doing constantly. I'm going to have to be going out and about in different areas constantly. It wasn't sustainable with me still working full time. It wasn't a sustainable thing. It wasn't something I could pop out content for every week. So I was like, I started researching, doing a lot of research. And what I heard most from people was that you should do something that you know and you're passionate about. And I was like, okay, I love finances. I'm passionate about finances. This is something I could consistently talk about. So that's what brought me here.
Okay, I love it. I love it. All right, so with that, so since we know that you're passionate about the finances, what are some? I'm going to jump into something else. So, if what are some small money habits people overlook that they can make a big impact over time?
Number one, people overlook small denominations of money. I often hear people say things like, oh, well, I spent $5 on this coffee. It's just $5. It's not going to do anything. Oh, I spent $10 over here. It's just $10. It's not going to do anything. But $10 over the course of, let's say, 7 days a week, 5 days a week, that's $50. $50 times the 4 weeks in a month, that's $200. Like there are things you could do with that. But I think people look at small money habits and they say that that's not gonna, there's nothing that can be done with that, and they'll blow that money when really that money could have been saved. It could have gone to your debt. It could have done other stuff. So I would say the first thing is to don't overlook small denominations of money. If you can only save $1, $5, $10, do it, because it adds up over time. That's one.
Wow. All
Two,
right.
I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Okay. Two
I'm
would
making
be
notes.
to actually know what you are spending on. In the world of cards and debit cards and swiping is so easy. You just swipe that thing, you're not thinking about it. Just swipe, swipe, swipe. But you don't really know what's coming out of your account. So many people, once they actually dig into their finances, they find they have subscriptions they're paying for they don't use anymore. They have other things coming out of their account they didn't even know was still coming out, because they never really look at the money going out. They look at the balance. They'll say, I have $200 left, so I'm going to keep swiping because I got $200 left. But they don't look at what that money went to during the course of the
Wow.
month. So know what you have coming in, and know what you have, but very importantly, know what you have going out. That would be my second thing.
I think those are great small money habits. I hope y'all paying attention in the chat. She is already came out the gate dropping gems on how to save some money. And I know we all looking to gain some money by being here on YouTube. A lot of us are content creators. Some of us are not. Even if you're not, all of this is information that you can use to improve your financial situation. Now, tell me before we go into some more finance questions, what got you into finance? What made you um,
Hmm.
be so interested in finance? And why are you so aware?
Well, um, I've always been into numbers. Like, I was on like the math team and all of that in school. I've just always loved numbers. I was a geek a certified geek, like just straight geek. Anything you could think of as far as nerd is concerned, I would fit every criteria for that. But I love numbers. I've always loved numbers. And I started working in a finance field when I got out of school the first time. and and I like numbers. I like calculations. I like that. And so when it came to finances though, my interest in that came much later because I grew up not learning anything about money. I wasn't taught like about anything about credit or saving or any of that stuff. And I think most people can relate to that. A lot of people
Mhm.
can relate to that. In our community, it seems like it's a hush thing. You don't tell people, don't talk to people about your money. You don't do that. Like
Mm,
it's it's something that we kind of shy away from. So a
right.
lot of the things I learned was self-taught. I read a lot of books. I read a lot. Um, People I admired and how they dealt with their finances. I asked them questions and things like that. But that's what piqued my interest in finances was working in the field and trying to clean up my own mess because I had a mess on my hands in my
Yeah.
finances.
You actually are very transparent on your channel. You talk very openly about your finances, about how you budget. You come on every month with your top of the month budget,
Hmm.
what doing for that month. You even discuss with us like your spending decisions, what you're going to do. You have no spend. Is it quarters? Is it no spend
I
quarters?
just finished one in March. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is real discipline when it comes to your money. Have you seen it benefiting you to the degree that you exercise and use it?
I do because I mean, if anybody knows my journey, you know that I was in like tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt. I had nearly $80,000 in student loans. I was in it. I was in debt. That is all gone from practicing these steps and from being very diligent in how I spent my money and how I made the money work for me. Money is a tool. It's a tool for us to use
Mm,
to get what we need to get and to further ourselves. It's not I feel like people look at it as something to be worshipped. It's not something to be worshipped. It's just a tool, like a hammer would hit a nail and and put that piece of wood in its proper place. Money is just a tool. And I found that when I switched my mindset to utilizing it as a tool and making my steps to get where I need to get to and sticking to it, I've made so much progress. I've paid off over $130,000 in debt within
woo,
the past few years. That is a lot of debt. So
that it is.
it works.
It does. It does. I mean, I hear you talk about your results. Even when the results are not grand, you go over and you talk about it and you say, "This is what I'm going to do differently. I thought if I did it this way, it would work this way." What I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know if y'all paying. I'm paying attention because this is my jam, right? I want to know how to manage my money. I want to know how to utilize what I do have already, which ain't much, but but like she said,
It can
those
grow.
little dollars count as
Hmm.
something because I'll tell you right now, I'm that person. Maybe a coffee that costs. I don't drink coffee, but I buy a smoothie in a heartbeat, and that bad boy $8, $9, $10,
Hmm.
and do it with ease, and not even think about if I do that every day, sometimes twice a day, depending if I'm out. Then you're looking at $50, $60 in a week that I
Hmm.
didn't spent on smoothies where I can go to the grocery store, get my own and make my own smoothie. But it's always nice if somebody do something for
Yeah,
you.
it's nice. Hmm.
But I think if we look at the finances more like, I mean, look at that situation more like a treat or more like a bonus. Like I did this for this amount of time, and then in addition to that, I get to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Then if we look at it more like that, I think it'll line up a little better. I mean, I'm getting a lot from your channel. I know you sit up here and say, I don't know. I don't think people really, they 2,300 subscribers. They like what you're talking about, sis. Okay.
I feel like I wanted to come from a place of a lot of finance content is two extremes. It's either like I don't know how I'm gonna make it, or it's this extravagant lifestyle. Like it's this extravagance, like driving these crazy expensive vehicles, living in big houses, doing all these things, you know what I mean? And looking at that end of the spectrum can make you feel like, man, what am I doing wrong? You know, and I felt like I sit in a comfortable space in the middle to where I feel like I can relate to most people, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I've been most places. Uh very, very hard times and much better times, you know, but I can relate to everyone's situation, and I can share how I got out of those situations, how I was able to get my finances in order despite the circumstances I was in. So,
Absolutely. Now you actually are very transparent with some of the circumstances you in. We're gonna tap into that in just a little bit. But first, I want to go ahead and continue with some of the questions as it
mhm,
pertains to the finances. Okay.
mhm.
Um, what is one money myth you wish more people would stop believing? You gave me one about small amounts of money, but
Mhm.
what is another? I know you got plenty.
A money myth is that only rich people invest money.
Mm,
I've
mm.
heard that 1,000 times. You have to be rich to invest money. You absolutely do not, especially in this day and time where there are so many different vehicles where you can buy partial shares. You do not have to buy full shares anymore. So many ways to invest money. That is a myth, complete myth.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I think you're right about that 100%. I don't have a lot of investments. I do have investments that I put out there. I did a little financial planning, but it wasn't on the strength of like what was the thing that we used to do all the time? And I mean, debt stacking.
Hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking
So
about.
let's say how you said you had like $100,000 in debt. So you're paying towards this one thing that you paid until you pay it off, but you're paying $300 a month towards that one thing, but you're
Mhm.
paying whatever the average amount towards whatever it is else that you
Yeah.
have, and then you take that 300 and then you put it over and you pay off the next one, and
It's
whatever
like
that 300
snowball.
plus the other.
This
Yeah.
like a snowball method. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That's what I'm saying. So I called it debt stacking because
Yeah.
basically you just stack it with taking the amount that you were paying, the most you were paying. So I did that when I had a car note. When my car note was paid off, I took that money and I paid down credit cards. And then I took that
Hmm.
money and then I paid, you know what I'm saying? And then
Hmm.
it became a leverage for investing into because you could put more into your
Right. Right. Right.
IRAs, things like that. You have a cap, but you could put it more into it like that. Look at your eyes. You're getting like, yes, that's you
Hmm.
talking my language, girl. You
Yeah.
talking my language.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Talk finances to me.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all tapping in. I hope you're tapping in with a Life with T. She is very knowledgeable, as you can hear. Definitely go over to her channel when you get an opportunity. I'm gonna have her drop her link AQN in the chat. I know you got your laptop up. You said if you could
I
drop
think so.
AQN
Yes.
in the chat for me.
Hopefully, I can open my chat. It does not want to.
Is it
Hang on.
on? Is it on?
Oh, there
Is
it
it on
is.
my?
Here it
Is
is.
it on me or is it on you?
It's on me.
Okay, you got
I'll have to go to
in order
yours.
to
Hold
drop.
on.
Yep, drop AQN in the chat.
Going to go to yours.
And that way you can see everybody that's on there too.
But yeah, it's I wish that more and more people would embrace changing just some simple thought processes, because I think that we've been trained
You're
away.
good. You're good. Honey lover friend dropped you in the chat. Thank you,
Oh,
honey.
I was doing it right now. I'm sorry. Thank
Oh no,
you.
no, no, no.
Thank you, honey.
That's what that's what the mods do. That's our family. That I don't even like to refer to them like that. Like that's what
Yes.
the family do. We take care of each other over here. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you, honey.
All right. So now what is how do you balance financial goals and still enjoy life? Because we know spending money, and the first thing that people do is they get some money. The first thing they do, they say, I'm going to reward myself,
Hmm.
right? And they think that's the only way to enjoy themselves. For me, I know if I get a lump sum of money, I'm going to say, oh, okay, I'm going to do this because I deserve to do this with this money. What
Hmm.
are some ways that we can balance that financial goal but still enjoy our life as well?
I would say, in fact, I have actually have a budget coming up for this exact thing. I have one coming up at the end of this month. Um, the way that I've approached it is a percentage. Give yourself a percentage of that lump sum of money and say, this is my money here, this percentage I'm going to utilize in any way I see fit. And I firmly believe in doing that. And there's a reason for it. If you do not, at some point in time, reward yourself, you will get burned out. If you are trying to pay off debt or you're trying to reach financial goals, if you never do anything for yourself, you're not going to complete that goal. What's going to happen is you're going to do it for a while, you're going to get burned out, you're going to get tired of it because all your money is going to other things and you see no enjoyment, and it's not going to work. So take that lump sum, give yourself a percentage, let's say 20%. 20% of this is going to be for me. And then the remainder can go to debt. But pick your percentage, stick to your percentage, and spend that percentage in any way that you see fit to fulfill yourself. Because I firmly believe in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. It's even the same thing. Since we're here, we're gonna go spin it into this. So most people are working 9 to 5s, you
Mhm.
know, willingly or unwillingly, whatever that look like. Y'all know I don't like the plantation, so we're not gonna go too deep into this. But
Yeah.
I will say, you get a paycheck.
Yeah.
What is your advice on paying yourself first? I've heard a lot of people that deal with finances say, pay yourself first. What does that look like?
For me, that looks like you want to make sure that you're putting something away for your retirement. That's you for the future. So that's the first thing. You want to make sure that you are saving for any emergencies that could arise. That's that possibility thing. That's that little possibility bubble that you want to be saving for. I believe you should save also for things that you aspire to or want for the future. Investing in you is still paying yourself too.
Mm,
So say it's I want to take this I've been wanting to take this class to learn how to do whatever, programming, whatever. Put money aside for that. That's investing in yourself. That still is putting you first. That's paying yourself first. Um and then of course, well, I've already said retirement. I've already said saving for emergencies,
hmm
investing in yourself. Even if you have a little fun money bucket, budget
mm,
yourself in. Budget yourself into the equation. I don't care if it's $20 that you want to just go to the movies or something like that. Just a small something, if that's all you can put toward it. But something should be budgeted toward you for your fulfillment too. Something that fulfills you. It may be a book you've been wanting. It may be, I don't know, any number of things, but you should
I,
be
I think
I
you might
use
be the
a
only one want the book. No,
What
I'm
was
just
that?
kidding.
No.
I said you might be the only one who want the book.
But I'm saying it could be anything that you're putting towards that's fulfilling to you.
Yeah.
I actually like I think there's a 50-30-20 rule. You could use that kind of rule.
What's that?
Um
50, 20, 30? What does the percentages go to? 50.
so 50 is toward your needs. That's going to be your housing, your all your incidentals, the things you have to do to live.
Mm-hmm.
The 30 is going to be for no, the 20 is going to be for wants. No, is the 20 for savings or is 20 for wants? I want to say the 20 is for the 30 may be for wants. Yeah, the 30 is for wants and then the 20 is for savings. So if you split it out something like that, and it doesn't have to be 50-30-20. It could be whatever you deem fit for those areas.
Okay. Okay.
So you may, I mean, I know Dr. Ninja Turtle is somebody that watches my channel, and he's saving probably 70%. That's what he chooses to do is 70%.
He saves
So
that.
yes.
All
So
right, Dr. Ninja Turtle. I see you.
so
I see you.
it could be any kind of split. You can deem that split for yourself, and because they're different. I think there's 50-30-20. There's 70. Is it 70-20-10? There's all different kinds of splits.
Right, the
So
splits. Yeah, I've heard of a lot of the splits,
mhm,
but never the 50, 20, 30. I mean, that just seemed like I guess I'll be thinking about the expenses, but I guess if you're actually budgeting out, you wouldn't have as many expenses to begin with,
mhm,
and 50% would be more than enough to take
mhm.
care of that, and you still would have that amount. And I've been in that place, just never approached it that way. I'm learning a lot. I don't know about y'all in the chat. I don't know about y'all. I am really enjoying. But maybe I got a little nerd in me too. I don't know, but I'm telling you, I like to know how to maximize anything and everything I have. I don't know that I'm a fan of numbers per se, but I definitely like to be able to maximize what I got. So what I want y'all to do right now, if you loving this conversation so far, if everybody is tapped in and tuned in, whether you over on Life with T's channel or you over here on Queen Alchemy's channel, we're streaming here together. I want you to drop for me. If you're vibing with my sister, Life with T, and you enjoying what she talking about, drop the number 22 in the chat for me. The number 22,
Better
if
see some
you would.
22. No, just kidding. I'm looking at my chat.
Some 22s. There we go. 22,
Oh
22.
man.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes. I want you to also make sure you checking out her channel. Make sure that you are going over, looking at her content. I'm telling you, she's dropping the gems right now. If you think about it, she's probably more concentrated in her videos where she's going to break everything down where you don't have to, get just a little teaser of this or that. Get over there on her channel, see what she's talking about, and learn some things on how to manage your finance. But that's not what all she's about, though, y'all. That's not all she's about. She is multifaceted. Okay, so just know that. So we get ready to get into some more things. Make sure y'all tapping that like button for me. All right,
And
and we get ready to
everybody
go ahead.
that's on my channel, please check out Queen's Alchemy. I absolutely love her content. I'm over there all the time. So you will not be disappointed. Please check her out.
Oh, I appreciate you, sis. And you did
I
have some
do.
comments. As you can see, Monique says it's always good to have saved for an emergency fund.
Mhm.
Um, let's see here. Hold on. Oh, Jane says she's going on a no buy during the month of May. Let's go,
All
sis. Let's
right, Jay.
go. I
All
see
right
you.
now.
I see you. I'm gonna have to get connected with you because I want to see how that go. I love to hear people talk about no buy. I first learned about a no buy season. Honey Lover Friend is on here. I think she's still here. She is. She just dropped a 22. If you would drop her link for me again, if you don't mind, honey. Honey is on a no buy year.
Oh
Like
wow, nice.
meaning that she's only doing the needs, no
Mm-hmm.
like extracurricular. Yes, that's what she's doing this year. So I am
Yes.
so that's where I first heard of it, and I was so intrigued. I was like, what does that even mean? And I said it in like 50 videos before I even talked to her directly about it. I was like,
Yeah.
I heard this content creator, Honey Lover Friend. She was talking about a no buy year. Anybody know what that means?
Yeah, it's
I
it's
was
actually honestly a great way for not only for you to save, but it also helps you to appreciate what you're buying. You have the time to
mm,
consciously think about. I do them twice a year because it helps me not to just impulse buy. I have that time to really think about whether this is something that I really want. And if I don't want it, I'm not going to be thinking about it after that quarter is over or after that time is over. So I think it's twofold. It helps keep you level and helps you think about what you're buying, but it also saves money. It saves money. And I love saving
yes.
money. I love
Yeah.
saving.
And it all came up because I went out literally, and it's always popping in my mind every time I do it. I don't it don't stop me, but it definitely pops in my mind. I think of her every time. And then now that I've been on your channel, you talking about quarters, I was like, maybe I can do that, but I don't know about a whole year because I'm like a gadget buyer. My name is Queen, and I buy gadgets. I love gadgets. So I was on my way out to get the emulsion blender, the one that you could just
Oh,
down into.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like on my way, and literally I was honey came in my head like, it's a no buy here. I was like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? And I was like, it probably means don't go out here buying these gadgets that you don't really need, that you
Oh,
can use your actual blender for, that
yes.
you have already.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm gonna let you know that was 2 months ago, and I've used it one time. Okay, one time. So that's just to go show you. A lot of times we want things. I'm dropping stuff. Most of the times we want things, but we don't even really need it. We don't need it.
Hmm.
We just want it, and then when we get it, we use it just like the kids do on Christmas.
Yep.
They go under
And
the
then it's
tree
done.
and they play with that one thing for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, not even a whole day. 5 minutes, and they be like, "What else I got?"
And then you forget you even have it over time. You forget all about it.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, y'all. So now y'all been tapping in. Thank you so much for y'all engagement. Oh, you bought a new bag and still ain't used it. I see what I'm talking about. Allison in here talking about she done bought some stuff
Hmm.
and ain't even used it. I know. I trust me. I have a closet full of those things right now from years ago. Actually, the sad part about it from years
I
ago. I
won't
got
even lie. I do
closet.
too. I do too.
It's just
I
the
can't
tags
lie.
on. It's like right, and then bought more new stuff on top of that. Even though I got stuff in there with tags on, it's just I don't know what that is. I don't know
I
what that
bought the
is.
same shirt 3 times. I bought it, forgot I bought it again, came home, forgot I bought it, went through all my clothes, and then saw I had, yeah, yeah. Same exact shirt. So I
Well,
obviously
at
like
least you
the
know your
shirt.
taste didn't
I
change.
knew I liked the shirt. Obviously like the shirt. So
All right. Wait a minute. What happened here? It says the worst at Tampa Creek Homestead. Sorry that was your experience yesterday. Wow. I have so much fun with them. Oh, I don't know what happened with Tampa. I didn't even see Tampa come in. Peace of love, Tampa. Um, we'll tap into that. Also, we're gonna talk about Tampa a little later on too. Let's go ahead and continue here, y'all. Now we've been talking about how T is, has her financial head on. She's talking about saving money, how to place the money, what to do with the money. I even asked her earlier, what made her get into finances. She said she always liked numbers. But she also said she's fell on some hard times. So we want to have her share her story, if you don't mind, sharing your story with us
I can share a little
about
bit of it. There's
Okay,
some
perfect. I
parts
mean,
of
now
it
you
that
ain't got to
work.
go. You can go
But
as deep as you've been in the videos. You don't have
okay.
to go any further than that.
So
And because I didn't hear anything
no.
major, so that's why.
Mm-mm,
Okay,
mm-mm.
perfect. All right. So she's gonna share with us some of the things she's talking about. She fell on some hard times and how she overcame them, and where she is with that today.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I grew up in hard times. Hard times is how I grew up. I grew up in a very rural part of my state. I lived up like a dirt road. I did not have an indoor bathroom. Most of my family did not have that. So we did not come from very much. We did have my grandparents had like animals and stuff like that. So we had like chickens and pigs and stuff like that that we would help out with. But yeah, we didn't have much of anything. So I did not get a lot of financial education. I had my daughter when I was 17, which was also another kind of bump in the road. Not that I am upset about that because she has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. But and having her, I thought I would never be able to go to college, but I ended up going to college. I ended up getting a full scholarship to college, only to drop out. I dropped out. I did. I dropped out. At that time, my mother too ended up getting sick right after
Hmm.
with cancer. She passed away, and that led me down a really bad road. I was actually still living at home at the time, but my dad remarried. I subsequently moved, and it was just, I had no idea how to budget. I had no idea how to pay my bills. I was grieving. I was just going through it. I was not in a good headspace, and I ended up getting evicted from my place. I slept in my car for many days with my daughter. um mm,
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry about that.
No, you good. You are good. You are good. If it's not comfortable for you, you can stop. I just wanted, to see how people see your overcoming.
Yeah. Anyway, I went from relative to relative. It was not a good experience. I was not treated the best in that uh, time. My daughter was not treated the best. I just went through a lot in that period of time. That experience is also what led me into taking really control of my finances. I never wanted to be in that situation again because what I found was I had no one
Mm.
but my daughter. And I did not want to see that again. And I'm sorry for the. Ugh, I hate that I get
Girl,
like
you,
that
you
sometimes,
you
but
just you just want me to start with you. That's all. You
it's a
just want me to
painful
be there with
spot,
you. It
because you
is.
realize that you have you, and I had a child, and it was the probably the roughest time I've ever experienced in my entire life. I did not want to be here anymore because I felt like a failure to my own child. Like, how in the world are you taking her through what you're taking her through? Um, Now, in this moment, I'm thankful because I can see now what that led to. It led me to grow. And I'm proud of what I grew through. And I'm proud of the fact that I I was able to hold on to my daughter through it all, because there were times in there, that's the part that I didn't want to talk about. There were times where I had relatives trying to take my daughter away,
Mm-hmm.
because oh, look at her, she's not a good mom, and she can't even keep a roof over her child's head, and wanting to take my daughter from me. So um mm, It was just a bad time. But we persevered. Once I got my place, because what happened is I ended up, I had done some years in school. I didn't graduate though, but I made a connection in that period of time that actually got me work. And I started working in finance at that time. And that's how I was able to get my daughter and me out of that situation. It was a horrible situation. Um, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But yeah, so I have seen some very, very rough times. And I started off saving in that time. I saved $5 per pay period. That is all I could save. It's all I could manage. It was all I had. But it led me to make habits that lasted and that carried me through.
Yes.
So that is my story. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad about that.
Everybody's saying, "Don't you be sorry. Don't you be sorry." They with you in the chat. They saying, "Don't be sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about." This is, your stories. I say this consistently. What you've been through is a testament to others, meaning that you helping somebody know that it's possible to come up out of some things, even when it looks impossible, right? When you
Hmm.
got everything up against you, it looks impossible. Look like, I mean, I can't even. I'm not going to even tell you I can imagine, because one, I don't ever try to imagine the things that were not great for anyone else. But what I will say is to think about that situation. It couldn't have been easy, and to be in it, it just probably seemed like it was never out. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, there it was. And
Hmm.
so the lesson that you have learned, do you see that you're taking that information? You always, everything is full circle.
Hmm.
You everything is full circle. What you experience now gives you the tools to share with people, and not only be relatable, you're probably more relatable than most people who teach finances, right? Most people that teach finances, you're right, they come out of a different area in life
Hmm.
where they didn't had a full education. They got some letters behind their names. They got a master's and this and a this and a that, and they don't come from necessarily the back end of the world, and they just, but you have a whole
Yeah.
story that's relatable. Your audience, the people that you are attracting, are people who can relate to you.
Yeah.
So keep doing what you're doing, sis. I'm telling you right now, this is it. You are golden. That's why you have 2,300 subscribers, because you're keeping it authentic, you're being transparent. And I wouldn't have knew that if I wasn't on your channel watching your content. And when you said it the first time, I thought maybe I missed something. So then I watched another video and you said it again. I was like, hold on, hold on.
Hmm.
Right? I'm like, wait a minute. Because never would I have ever thought that, ever. I would have never thought that. So you can't even look at somebody and think that what they're going through or what they've been through.
Yeah.
So
And the crazy part about it is it does all come full circle, because the same people that hurt me so deeply, I've helped them since then, because I cannot, my heart doesn't allow me to be, I can't, it's just one of those things. I don't want to see anybody going through things that I know, if I can help, I will be of a help to them. And I believe that's why my life keeps going in a positive direction, because I don't hold that bitterness. I'm sure there are parts of me that are bitter. I'm sure there are.
you're human.
Um,
Hmm.
but I don't hold it. I don't hold that so tightly, because I know what it's like to be judged,
Hmm.
and I know what it's like to be put down, and I don't want to do that to anybody else. So,
No. Mm-mm. I mean, you're right. You don't want to take anybody where you been for what? You know what it feel
Wouldn't wish
like.
it on anybody either. Wouldn't wish it on
Nope.
anybody either.
Nope. You doing it the right way, sis. You doing it the right way. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you, I'm attracted to people like this because I knew nothing about any of her story, but her true vibe attracted me to her. Then come to find out we live in the same state. Like
Hmm.
it's just been we just been clicking ever since we clicked. So make sure y'all tapping into T. She has a wonderful spirit, as you can see. Definitely tap into her channel, tap into her, see what's going on over there. What we're gonna do is keep going because we're going to bring it to a lighter side. I know that.
Yeah.
Um, but
That was heavy.
before we do, though, before we do, let's talk about how you are mentally and physically challenging yourself.
Ooh.
Tell me what it is that you're doing right now that is mentally and physically challenging yourself.
Mm-mm-mm. I am on 74, the 74th day of 75 hard. Am finishing this up tomorrow and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It has been a physical challenge, it's been a mental challenge, it's been everything. Just because you can't get away from it. Every aspect of everything you're doing, you have to think about it at some point in time in the day. So I'm looking forward to it being over. But that's what I'm doing right now is 75 hard. Whew.
Yes, yes. So, of course, you know, I'm going to ask you. I know what you told me, but I want you to tell everyone else what made you just say, I'm doing 75 hard. And a lot of people don't know what that means. So, if you could actually share that part as well.
Well, I'm glad you have my girl Oslin original sitting right up there on the screen because she is the person that asked me to do 75 hard. So I started because of Oslin.
All right,
Um,
Oslin.
but 75 hard is for 75 days. You have to one, drink 1 gallon of water a day. That's why you see my little container here. um, you have to exercise twice a day. One of those sessions must be outside. Period. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's snowing. If you look at some of my shorts, I have been out in the snow, in the sleet, in the rain, all of them. So, and they have to be two distinct workouts. So the 45 minutes have to be distinct. They can't be back to back. You can't just go out and do an hour and a half and be done with it. It doesn't work like that. Um, you have to choose a diet when you start, and whatever you choose, you must stay with it the entire duration of the 75 days. You cannot have alcohol for the entire 75 days. You must take a progress picture every day of the 75 days. And you must read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every day of the 75 days. And if you miss any of those things for any reason, you start from day one. You go all the way back to the beginning. So you could be on day 33 and forget to work out your second workout, and you're all the way back to day one.
Let
So
me tell you, I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I truly want to take on that challenge. I definitely want to take on that challenge. I don't drink, so that's not a problem. But I see
no,
people talking about
that's
no, they talking about no alcohol. I'm out. None of the other stuff you said,
like
everything else sound good, but they like no alcohol. I'm out.
mm,
Um, Anthony, I agree. I agree. Definitely. It's something I want to do. Anthony Holmes says that's a great challenge. I agree 100%. It is. And I definitely want to take it on. I think that it's something that's going to make you grow. So, in your experience, because you're on day 74, what
mm-hmm.
has been your experience? What have you gotten out of this so far? And if you're going to
Yeah.
do a video on it and you don't want to give a lot on here, you could just, give a
No,
little.
I'm fine. I'll talk
Okay.
about it.
All right.
Um, the one thing that was funny that I thought about at the very end, I think it was day 68 or 70, was I was like, why did they make us go outside every day? Like, why did they, regardless of weather? And I was walking one day, and it was supposed to be raining that day. I happened to get through it without the rain, and I realized it's because all your days are not going to be sunny. In your life, everything's not going to be easy. Every day is not going to be a cakewalk. Every day is not going to be sunny. So there was a point in that, but I never realized it until I was near the end. Because I kept, that was the one thing I kept sticking on, was like, why? So I did learn that, is that you have to have fortitude through the difficult times.
That is
Number two,
that's a great one. Keep going. I'm listening. I can't wait to listen back because I'm gonna make notes.
number two, what I've taken from it is that reading every day helps your brain function. It actually makes you sharper. I've been sharper even during my work day from reading every day. I it's the only correlation I can make, is that it just helps your brain to stay sharp. Like, no, because you can't do audiobooks. You can't do any of that.
Man,
You have to actually get you a book and read it. And I think that that's helped me with that. It's helped me to stay sharp. I felt sharper. Like, I felt like I just mentally was not as foggy doing that. Um, I've learned that water is great for you, but water can also be a task. Like, water is wonderful for you. It helps your skin. I've never felt more hydrated, and my skin is just like no dryness, no anything, is great. But everybody has a point of overhydration, and that you walk a fine line in overhydration with this. For me, it's just been like, oh man, I've done it, but it's hard. It's been hard. Um, and I think the biggest thing I've gotten out of this challenge is that I can do what I set my mind to. If I truly want to do it, if I truly want to reach a goal, I can. I can do it. I have enough, just whatever you want to call it, to get
to
it
do it.
done. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to, if you really want to. Um, and that means a lot, because we got a lot of life to live.
Yes.
And we have a lot of
Yes.
challenges that we're going to face, and it's not going to be 75 hard. There are other challenges that are going to be out there. And so it just kind of gives you that feeling like, okay, I'm ready for the next challenge. I'm going to be ready to face
And
that one.
pushing yourself, you do it. You have to push yourself. When we have other people trying to hold us accountable for things, it can help, it can work. But the problem is when they're not there, you don't have that
Right.
to put. So if you push yourself, then you get past
Mhm.
that stage. A lot of times people ask me about when I fast, like, how can you not eat for 3 days? Like, how can you do that? Like, because they're not imagining it, right? They can't imagine not having a meal for 3 days. Well,
Mhm.
it's pushing yourself. It is the discipline. You have to push yourself to do and get the results that you need. And
Yes.
D Dunk said that you probably be peeing all day. I think once your body is hydrated and it gets used to it, you don't. But
You
if you're
guys see,
dehydrated,
I've been drinking like 80 ounces of water. I haven't gone to the bathroom not once during this, because it's not, it gets, yeah, you get
yeah,
used to it.
yeah.
Your
Once your
body gets
body is
used to it.
hydrated, it actually retains the water. But when it's dehydrated, it pushes and flushes until it gets to a point where it's in the body. That's why she was saying you drink too much, you can get too much water in your system like that. So for sure. I just wanted to address that real quick because I'm all
Yeah.
about the health and wellness, baby. Because this is
Yes.
my channel. This is my channel. We talking
Yeah.
my language now. I don't know that finance stuff, but I know some health and wellness. Okay. All right. So
Yes.
and that's why 75 hard piques my interest because it's not just physical, it's the mental. And I'm all about, growing your mind as well as your body, your health, her internal probably is so happy with her, with all of that movement and all of that. It's probably just saying, oh, T, thank you so much, for sure. Now, look at here. So this is where we get ready to go with this. One more question on 75 hard, and we're going to move.
Okay.
If 75 hard had a finance version, what would the rules be?
Ooh. 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 Mm, 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 mm. If 75 hard had a finance version, no eating out would be on that list. No eating out, no restaurants, no any of that. All cooking at home. Um, mm,
I think you should
you'd have to
create it.
save at least 10% of what you bring home.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd say that. Could be in any fashion though. Like it could be, we would say 10% of the pay that you would get at work. So that means you could side gig, you could do other stuff that could add in. We wouldn't count that. Um ooh, 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 ooh. You'd have to pay extra toward two debts, not your minimum. You'd have to go above your minimum on two debts per month. And mm, I don't want to say you can't. Well, yeah. It'd be a no spend 75 days. No spend. No spend. Yep. No shoes. No, none of that. No spend 75
I
days.
love it. I think now, I mean, literally, this, I mean, I'm just I like to do innovative things. And in my mind, because you are a finance channel who just did this 75 hard physical, mental challenge, and you on day 75 tomorrow, you should implement a 75 hard finance challenge on your channel. I will participate, make it happen, and
Ooh.
I will promote it as well. That'll bring you some, some attention. We can push it hard. I don't know if any of y'all down with a 75
That's actually
hard
kind of a good idea.
finance challenge. Let's put what's your favorite
Maybe.
color?
Ooh, red.
Put me some red hearts in the chat. Let's do a 75 hard finance challenge. All right. Put me some red hearts in the chat. Mary talking
Ooh.
about no spin will put me out. I'm trying, man. We talking about pushing each other, growing with each other. Come on now, come on, let's go. If you don't
Not
do
you
it,
can buy budgeted items.
yeah,
That's part of your budget. Just
yes,
not
come on,
non-budget.
growing with Rhonda. Let's go, let's go.
Oh, hey, Rhonda, sis. Rhonda's actually
I
one of my
cherish
very
church.
first
Let's go.
subscribers. She's
Mary's
actually one of
life
my very first.
journey. I'm loving that. So,
Look at Allison.
I understand you a reseller, but that's part of your business. So that's a little different than for your personal finance. So you have to be able to separate that because I know you got your own business, Yo.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely you would be able to have to separate that from your business side of it to your personal side. So instead of buying things that's not in your budget, which means you're going to have to be able to do this budgeting as well, because she talks about that and how to put that together. And it's actually super simple
Instead of reading, that would be a requirement too. A budget.
to create the budget.
You
You
have to
know
create a
what?
budget.
And all you got to do, because you just created it right here on Queen's Alchemy. She created the 75 hard finance challenge. Make sure y'all tapping in. All you got to do is listen back to this live, and you got everything to put it in the order, and we can roll with this. I
I
can
might
roll with
change
this.
the savings part though, because I want everybody to be able to participate. I don't want anybody to be excluded. So I might tweak the savings part to the percentage, but other than that, yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. It's a great idea.
As I said, I can't commit, but I do love red hearts.
She can't come in. I also would say that.
Oslin. And then I think I seen where she said she stopped the 75 hard after she got you involved.
Yeah. Now
Oh
I had
my
to be
god.
mad at Osland for that, but I'm not, sis. I still love her. She's not.
So I ain't gonna at least she honest and up front. She honest and up front this time.
She is. She's straight up this time. She was trying to honestly, she was putting a lot into it, but she was working like two jobs. So
Oh.
it's hard
Yeah, I
to.
mean sometimes it can, but what the thing I just ask for people to do. I don't ask people to do anything that I wouldn't do. I'm gonna
Hmm.
tell you, I'm gonna commit to this. I'm gonna push myself to a level, but I'm also, if it becomes to a place where I can't do it, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I don't give myself an excuse to get out. So I don't go in it saying I can't do it, or
Yeah.
I don't go in it saying it's not going to be possible. I look for every way to make it possible. And then if it don't happen, it don't happen. It's the
Hmm.
same thing we do with, when it comes down to quote unquote the diets, right?
Yeah.
Or even when I did the challenge of the live challenge, right? I did the live challenge where I did it for however many days, and then I did it again for 22 days, right? So it ended up being
Hmm.
like 42 days. I went live straight. But I told people to join me in that challenge. And some people jumped on, but they weren't able to finish it. But that was okay because they started. That's what
Yep.
I'm talking about. Just start. Because sometimes when you
Hmm.
start, you might come back to it again. Do y'all know how many times I've been on the diet?
And that's
Man.
what I was saying with Oslin, because she started 75 hard. She did not give up. She kept starting. She kept starting. I mean, she was really trying, but it's hard if you have to go back to day one over
Mm-hmm.
that it wears on you. I told them if I once I got to like day 15, I said if this ends here and I have to go back to day one, it was a wrap. I wasn't going back to day. I was,
I know that. I'm not going to be mad at you because
it was a
I'll probably be
wrap.
thinking the same thing. But sometimes, like I said, that push, that one thing that pushes you over the top. Oh my gosh, what's happening here? That one thing that pushes you over the top can be that one thing that changes your life. And
Hmm.
that's what changed my life. When I fasted for the first, well, I've fasted before in life, but it gave me a bad taste, right? Like it was like,
Hmm.
oh no, I'll never. And my words was, no, I won't be never doing that again because it caused me to come back and overeat. And then,
Right.
right, because I'm thinking something's being withheld from me. So that's the subconscious of your mind that continuously plays with you, no matter whether it's finances, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's dieting, whether it's, if you're
Hmm.
dieting and you taking something away that you typically want to have or eat, and then when you say that you're no longer dieting, what happens? You go in and do more. The same thing with
Hmm.
spending. If you say I'm not gonna spend for X amount of time, and it's this really true sacrifice for you, when you go out to spend, you be like, what I'm gonna buy. Like you're just gonna do it,
Yeah.
right? So it's a like a jerk reaction to it or something.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't until I like literally pushed myself and I saw results and said, this doesn't even make sense that I wasn't ever doing this in my lifetime, right? So it didn't even, it's like, it just, so that's why I got on here. Like how you got on here to talk about these finances and your story. I on here because my story was the same thing. It was like, it changed my life. So I want to
Yeah.
share what changed my life because it can change somebody else's life. That's why I said your story, don't ever suppress it. Tell everybody about it, no matter what, because you are relatable, and that's what's up. And now we're gonna have a couple fun questions, and then we're gonna get out of here, y'all, because we have been on here. You know, I'm trying to be responsible and not have y'all on here all night like I usually
Okay.
do. Okay,
Mm-mm-mm.
so let's see. If your money If your money personality had a theme song, what would it be?
Mm. Oh my goodness. If my money personality had a theme song. Woo wee. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know what that would be.
Do you like
I
music?
don't know. I do like I love music.
I
I
do
don't know
too.
what it would be.
I do too. I love some music too. Um, what about money, 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 money?
Well, it could be. I thought about that one, but I think it would be something to be like go hard. Like it would be.
Right, right.
I think it would have more
Wait a minute,
aggression.
hold on. Somebody put something in the chat. Wait a minute.
Probably D Dunk.
He did. D Duck said something. Just got paid Friday night.
Johnny Kemp.
And then somebody said the Midas touch. I thought I seen that. Now I don't see it.
Now that's a nice one. I like that one. That Midas touch one.
How that one go? Is that Bruno Mars?
No, I think that's like isn't that like the Whispers or something like that?
What's the Midas touch? Give me some lyrics from it.
That everything I touch turns to gold song. You know
Yeah,
about that?
I thought okay, so that ain't Bruno Mars.
It's like an 80s or 90s song.
I thought it was Bruno Mars. Okay. You got the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold, turn to
24 karat
gold.
magic.
24 karat magic.
That would be the
That's
Bruno Mars song. That would
Oh, okay. Don't worry about don't worry about it. I don't, and I lucky I even remember an artist's name, okay? Because I don't even do well like that. I'm not even I don't know song names or nothing, but I'm quick to ask somebody about a song. What song would you name your okay? So let's see. Okay. What is the weirdest thing that you have ever done to save money?
Oh my God. Um, I won't even say it's weird though, because I was a fanatical couponer.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, I'm talking about hardcore couponer. Like I had books like the binders and everything where I would them, save them up. I was horrible. They hated me at the grocery store. Hated me. I had because I would come and slap all those coupons up there. That lady would be so angry with me. The lady checking me out. She hated me. But I was an extreme couponer. That's probably the weirdest thing. I don't think that I have, I will be honest. I have gone for extreme periods of time eating nothing but peanut butter and bread.
Mm.
My brother still does that. One of my older brothers, he
Mm-hmm.
he's He's retired from the military, but he actually, that's what he ate every day. But he did
Wow.
add jelly, peanut butter and jelly. But I didn't even add jelly. I think I mean, I'm talking about an obscene amount of time because I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of groceries. I would buy extra stuff for my daughter to eat, but as for me, I would eat that. And it was months. It wasn't days we're talking about. I'm talking about months on end to keep my budget really
Wow.
low.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
that is extreme. That's
Yeah,
extreme.
I think that's
Okay.
extreme.
Okay. Now, let's see. If your younger self could see you now,
Oh wow.
what would they say? What would your younger self say?
Um, I'm glad you didn't give up on me. That's what my younger
Yes.
self would say.
Yes. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love it. Now, if you had to treat yourself, if you could treat yourself and money wasn't a factor, what would you treat yourself to? What would be your guilty pleasure?
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Ooh. Ooh, there's so many thoughts. Um, probably a house on a lake. Must have a lake and a boat dock. I want. I definitely want that. Yeah, it would be a
Yes.
house on a lake, specific lake too that I really like, but with a boat dock. If I could
Yes.
have that, I would. Yeah, that would be
I'm
it.
with you. I have a boat that I mean, I don't have a boat, but I have a boat in my visual. My I envision this boat. One time I was sitting at the dock and I was watching nothing. There was nothing out there, but I saw my boat, and it's my boat's name is A Beautiful Thing. And that's what I had written across my boat. So I'm
Oh
telling you, that boat
wow.
is coming. That boat is coming. Definitely. Somebody said 6.6 acres. I'll take a few more acres and some people to do
I
my
would- I want
gardening and toiling the
I want about
land.
15.
Yeah, give me some more than
Yeah.
6.6, but I'll
Yeah.
take that too. I'll take that too, for
Yeah.
sure. Who that's Allison? Yes, I got you, sis. Oh, did she say 66 acres or 6.6?
I thought she said 6.6. I don't know. Maybe she said 66 acres.
I know. Woo-wee. That is nice, Osman. That's nice. Um, you named your RV. Hold on, who said that? We named our RV at the lake, Grace of God.
Oh, that's nice.
Grace of God and a beautiful thing. Let me tell you, we
Hmm.
be out there. We'll be out there, Dr. Ninja Turtle. We'll be out there. Oh, 6.6. She said 66 would be nice too. I know that's right.
Yeah, it
Now,
would.
let's go ahead and oh, wait a minute. I'm losing you. Clicking on the wrong thing. We get
Oh,
ready to wrap this up. Remember, if y'all have not tapped in with my sister, please make sure you tapped in with her. Drop if someone could drop her link in the chat again for me. If you're still here, honey, that would be great. If not, somebody else can drop it for me if y'all know how. Because I got a lot of wrenches out there. I got a
yeah.
lot of wrenches. So all my wrenches, anybody can go ahead and drop Life with
Need to
T's
put
link.
Queen's.
And if y'all
Osman,
trying to
can you
connect
drop
with
Queen's link
if,
in my chat as
if
well? I would like for you guys to support her too.
if you got some wrenches over there,
Yeah.
okay, there you go.
Queen's
I
Alchemy.
appreciate it. It's let me pull this down so y'all can see. It's Let me see here. It's not pulling it down. Oh, there you go. It's at Queen's Alchemy 22. All right. So
At
now,
Queen's Alchemy 22.
yep. So
Yes.
now,
Thank you, Oslin.
thank you, Oslin. Um, now let's talk about now. If you had any video, if someone's to come over to your channel, what video would you recommend them to watch first, and
It's
why?
it's gonna be the I would have you watch two. One would be the "You're a Fake" video because that will tell you my life about who I am. And then the other one would be the "Pay Yourself First" video because I just feel like I break everything down really good in that video. And there's one more. There's one more called FOMO and the things I learned in my 20s. So the FOMO for fear of missing out and things I learned in my 20s.
Mm,
That was a good one.
for FOMO, for fear of missing out.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. All right. So
That was
now,
one of my very first videos. It was one of my very old ones. So, but it was one of the best performing ones too. So,
this is going to be something that two things is going to be two-parter. So the first part is, what's one message you want to leave with everyone watching? And is there anything outside of that that you would like to add?
hmm. What I would like to leave with everyone watching is you have the ability to make your money work for you. You may have to make some changes, you may have to make some adjustments, but those adjustments are possible. And I know because if I could change things around, you certainly can. So that's the one thing I would like people to know, to not be afraid of their finances, but know that you have control. You control your money doesn't control you. And to add on to that, never, ever, ever give up on yourself, no matter
Mm,
what you are facing, no matter what people say or how they may make you feel about you. Don't you ever, ever, ever give up on you, especially if you have kids, because your kids need you and they need you to realize your value more than anything. So
yes,
that's what I would say.
absolutely. I want y'all to know that this has been a great live. We are coming to the close here. I'm just going to give a little housekeeping. You know, I housekeep when I come in and I clean up a little bit when I leave out. So, with that though, um, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all.
And
Here
I
we
want to
go.
say thank you to you, Queen, for even having me up here. I really,
Oh,
really appreciate that.
this
It's been a great, great experience, and I thank you.
This has been my pleasure because this is what I want to be able to do. I want to bring people together that would not normally be together, or even maybe
Hmm.
even have the opportunity. I mean, they may have connected with you already. Some of these people may have already connected with you before, but now that they get to see your personality, who you are outside even just your content, but what you're passionate about, your story.
Yeah.
Now, when they watch your videos, they're not going to just see this talking head. They're
Hmm.
going to see T. They're going to see T and be like, okay, I remember her. And she was, so that's
Hmm.
what this is about, to get that inside feel of what it feels like. Now, y'all know that we spent all this time today getting to know Life with T 76. Can't leave that part off. And beyond her content, and let's keep the support going. So we're gonna go over there. If you haven't already went over there and connect with her, be sure to check out her channel, engage in her content. Remember, this is not sub for sub. We also engaging and supporting each other because we want to grow and build together. So this is really what this collab and grow is about. And if you want to collab and grow with the queen, that's me. Send me an email. I do have it in my description on this video here, and I'm probably on every video that I have on my channel. So make sure you tap in, and you can send me a video. Send me a email, and we can connect, and you can get on a platform like this, and we can have a talk, and talk and get to know you behind your content. Now, I want y'all to mark y'all calendars because I do have some interviews coming up, and this week my next interview coming up is Thursday with Tampa Creek Homestead. So let me get that banner up here. Yep.
Tampa Creek
Yeah.
Homestead.
Yep. Tampa Creek's Homestead is going to be next this Thursday, April 17th at 7:22 p.m. And this Saturday, I have Stephanie 57 Journey. She's going to be on here Saturday at 6:22 p.m. So make sure y'all tapping in. Get your calendars together so that you won't miss it. Because definitely, just if y'all enjoy this, it's the same kind of enjoyment with that live as well. Always getting something new and, going forward. And you're not going to want to miss these conversations. But if you have missed any of these conversations, I do have a playlist on my channel. So if you go ahead and you subscribe, you can check out the playlist. Even if you don't subscribe, you can check out the playlist. 22 Questions with the Queen Behind the Content is where you can find it for more incredible interviews. I probably have about almost 20 interviews on there, some things that people that you could tap into. You can even read what their bio is about because it may be something that you may be interested in, and also connect with them. If you go into the chat, go into the playlist, and you go ahead and connect with those people as well. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my sister Life with T. Also, if you like the content over here, subscribe this way. I thank you for the. I thank you again to my amazing guest, Life with T, and to everyone watching. Thank you so much. I will see you on the. Yep, and thank you. I'm going to see all of you on the next live, which is on Thursday, and I want everybody to have a beautiful night. Peace and love.
Queen's Alchemy tribe is the vibe. Spitting peace and love on every live. The wisdom she holds is like no other. Bringing together every sister and brother. She extends peace and love through collab and grow. Her weekly connection, so now you know. Join the tribe on the live, she got something to say. Bringing healing the body each and every day. She's got something special, yeah, the queen is the vibe. Dropping wisdom in the group on every live. Queen Alchemy is gifted, yeah, she'll fight for you. When she feels compelled to stand up for the truth. She's strong in a stance with poise and grace. Giving back to her community in every way. Queen Alchemy, now you know her name. One moment in a tribe, no, you won't be the same. Sharing wisdom, she's the queen. Dropping knowledge on everything. Join Queen Alchemy, she's the vibe. Sending peace and love on every live. With the knowledge and the tribe. Hail to the queen, Queen's Alchemy.
I enjoyed that so much. Oh my God.
Yeah.